Voldemort, Barrymort, Yulimort. Nah, here's the one. Valdiger. Valdiger. He cannot be named. I have a personal Voldemort. There's something in my life which I can no longer name. It's the company Behringer. Yeah. Yuli and the boys have done it again, and I'm just done. I'm just done with you guys. I'm done with trying to pull my punches about what I think about the company, of trying to be politically correct, of trying not to get sued. But man, you guys are just the worst. This whole thing that just happened with Loopop, and if you're a synth guy, I'm sure you've read the stuff on Reddit or Facebook, wherever you do your social networking. I'm sure you've seen the stories, and it's pretty damn hideous. And I've made these videos about the Model D, and right now it's sitting in my studio back there, but it's coming out. And I gotta tell you, my gut instinct, what I really want to do is take a hammer to it, to splinter it into a million pieces, throw it in the garbage with all of my other garbage where it deserves to go. Because man, this company is garbage. They make garbage, they spew garbage, they put garbage into the world. They sue people who we all love. They go after people who we respect, people who are honest. And it's just all about their stupid egos. And I'm not saying that other synthesizer makers are perfect, that there's not egos there, and that there's not business deals that have been done that are less than, moral. But this company lives there 24/7. And in fact, I think the whole reason for the company is what we're talking about. So, you guys got a town in China, you have a big conglomerate, you've eaten up other companies, you've sued Dave Smith and other people who we all cherish, people with real vision, people who are creative, people who have put something out in the world which really does beautiful, great things that have actually changed the way we all make music. And in your puny little imitation of that, all you can do is really copy it. I'm talking to you, Behringer. All you can do is copy it and make lame copies. Little pieces of plastic that it's like insulting to put your hands on. Little switches that feels like if you switch it 100 times, it's going to break off. The really hard part about this is that it's hard for me to even say this. The Model D actually sounds good. It's a one-trick pony. It gets a certain bass sound that I can't get from my Matriarch or any of my other mono or polyphonic synthesizers in my studio, and I actually like that sound. But you know what? I'm 90% there with my other synths, and honestly, the challenge to make a sound that I like better, a sound that fits my music better, that's not just that sort of prototypical sound, bass sound that we all love from Moogs, which of course I love that. It's a great sound. I think it's going to be better for me creatively, and I know it's going to be better for my heart and soul. And I want it gone. And I want to take a hammer to it. I want to just feel what it feels like to take that little piece of junk and just send it back to where it came from, the landfill. Here it is. The Behringer Model D. Behringer. Oh, it's hideously ugly, isn't it? It's, the knobs feel like they're gonna break. Like this selection knob right here, this one, where is it? This guy, right here, this guy. It feels like I'm gonna use it just a few more times and it's just gonna break right off in my hands. These little switches, terrible, terrible. You can just feel them moving, the circuit board that's underneath it. It's just awful. It sounds pretty good, but man, it's just too ugly for words, and it's too ugly to live with me. And what's behind it is too ugly to live in my studio and live in my house. I sound bitter. Well, maybe I am a little bitter because I can't say I've been betrayed, because to be betrayed, you have to care about whatever it was that supposedly betrayed you. So I'm not betrayed, but I'm at the end of my rope. I've had it with the Donald Trump of the music world, Mr. Yulee. I've had it with you, man. I'm not buying any more of your stuff, and I really want to take a hammer to this. I do. Oh my God, I can't tell you how good that would feel just to destroy this. Oh. So, what has me so upset, you might ask? Well, I happen to really love the channel, YouTube channel, Loopop. I have learned so much from this channel. I feel like it's a real honest presentation of what a piece of musical technology can do, what a synthesizer or a drum machine, a module can do, what it's capable of, how you do it, what it sounds like. It's not judgmental. It doesn't, Ziv never says, this thing stinks. He never says, I wouldn't buy this. He just says, this is what it is. This is how it works. This is what I see of what you can do with it. And he's incredibly insightful and a brilliant technician, really understands how electronic gear works. So he gets a letter from someone at Behringer saying that the only reason he's not reviewing their products is because they won't send it to him for free. So, which was a complete 100% lie. So his reply was, hey Behringer, this is Ziv, Loopop. Please stop spreading the lie that I stopped reviewing your synths because you wouldn't send me any for free. I first reviewed your synths without any contract with you, the Model D and the Neutron. At that point, you offered to send me a few others, which I accepted and disclosed. When you made the offensive video about Peter Kern and started copywriting affordable products from existing manufacturers with zero innovation, like the Swing, I became disgusted with your corporate culture, which I see now includes spreading lies like you just did now. A couple of years ago, you disclosed to me your entire roadmap and offered anything I'd like. I refused because of what I mentioned above. As I explained to Dan, I'm happy to share this correspondence if you insist on lying why I stopped receiving your gear. If you apologize and at some point change your ways, I would be happy to explore interesting, affordable, innovative products, whether you send them to me or not. They're not that expensive compared to the time and costs of making my videos. So that's from Loopop, and that's just the truth. That's just the truth. So this is Behringer's reply. I don't know who wrote this. It probably comes from the top down, one would think. We don't pay to play. We understand that our social media administrators may not always get it right, as they may not be aware of the complete history of the changing nature of people and situations. However, we have implemented clear marketing policies to avoid any conflicts of interest. Perfectly reasonable, right? We do not pay for reviews from media or influencers. If they choose not to support us for any reason, we are perfectly fine with that. We do not engage in paid advertisements. So, Voldiger doesn't advertise? We have stopped providing free gear to influencers. And then, this is the clincher. We may offer free, in quote, equipment to individuals who actively contribute to the design, testing, or create performances and tutorials as compensation for their time. So, this fourth statement obviously completely contradicts the first three. We firmly believe that our customers are fully capable of evaluating the equipment themselves and making informed decisions. Our primary goal is to pass on the savings directly to them. Okay, dig that? So they go from customers being capable of evaluating equipment and making informed decisions straight to our primary goal is to pass on the savings. We weren't even talking about money, were we? Were we talking about savings? It's clear that that's what their business model is. If this means we lose sales because the media and influencers don't support us, we don't care. Really? You don't care? I think that you do. I think the lady doth protest too much. If you've ever read any Shakespeare, do you read Shakespeare? Our only concern is ensuring the integrity and authenticity of our products and maintaining transparency with our customers. Oh my God, integrity and authenticity? Like the exact opposite of how the company is run and the whole business model of what you guys sell. We understand that not everyone likes us. What are you, like a sixth grader? Because we are disrupting the market. You're disrupting the market. So Behringer, whoops, I said it. Voldiger is the only company which makes affordable synthesizers. Arturia, Roland, Korg. There's lots of affordable synthesizers out there, and yeah, maybe they're like a third more than the price of the Voldiger. But nothing will stop us from delivering the utmost value to our customers. That's what we stand for, and this will never change. Okay, so that's pretty rough stuff to swallow. And, you know, we are sort of living in a time where the biggest asshole in the room gets the most attention and maybe the perceived most success. It's certainly been true in politics lately. True in business on very big levels. Wall Street and other places, which I don't even begin to understand. I'm a musician. I'm a jazz musician. I'm a keyboard player. I play keys. I play in all keys. But nonetheless, this is pretty tough stuff to swallow. If one has any kind of basis of morality and integrity in their lives, how do you reconcile this? And by the way, Voldiger, how the hell do you sleep at night, man? I mean, it's just about profit to you, right? I mean, all companies want to profit, of course. Bob Moog wanted to profit. Dave Smith wanted to profit. I want to profit in my own little tiny minuscule way as a professional musician. from all of the hours that I practiced and played music and written music. I want to profit from that. Of course I do. I would be crazy not to. But not at the expense of my own integrity and my own sense of morality, and not throwing away things that I love and that I think are important. And on a level, and I think not on a level, on every level, the Behringer Company is just about business. And they've managed to somehow couch that with, we're out for the little guy. Again, this is so much like our politics in America, right? Billionaires out for the most possible gain they can possibly achieve of attention and power and support of their egos. And somehow, so that is actually how I'm supporting the middle class and the little guy, by me getting bigger and more powerful. That somehow helps the poor. I'm not even talking about the poor. I'm talking about just the normal guy, like me and you. Synthesizers have always been expensive. I mean, they're actually cheaper now than they've ever been in my life. I've never really been able to afford a Mini Moog, a Model D. I've afforded some other things. Maybe if it were a priority, I could have gotten a Model D. But that's no different now than it was in, 1980, 1977, 1974. It was always, really expensive to buy these instruments. They're musical instruments. It was also really expensive to buy a saxophone. It was really expensive to buy a piano. It was super expensive to buy a great Martin guitar. It was super expensive to buy a violin. But that doesn't mean it's not important to us musicians to have tools at our fingertips which inspire us, which make beautiful sounds, which respond to us in an expressive way when we play them, and inspire us to make music that has never been made before. I just don't see that coming from this company, from Behringer. I just don't see it. And I'm done with it. If you guys want to buy it, it's your life, man. You live it the way you want. I'll live my life the way I want. So what now? How do I make something positive out of what has been a really negative experience for me? And making a negative video, which I never like to do. I'm not that guy. I can get as dark as the next guy. I mean, I'm a jazz musician. I have a lot of practice, right? But ultimately, don't want to live my life in that place, and I want there to be more light than darkness in my life. So what do I do with this? Do I throw it in the trash? It's too late to send it back. It's been more than 2 weeks. Do I hammer it? Do I get hammered and forget about it? Forget that it even exists? I could just put it in my closet. I could just put it in the back of a box, and let the moths have at it. I think maybe there's a way to move forward and make what has been a negative experience for me positive. And I'm choosing to do that. So this is what I'm proposing. Last time I did a video about Behringer, there I said the word, I got 9,000 views. That's a lot of views. So what I'm proposing is for those who are interested of something like this, to send me a message in the comment section of this video and tell me why you need it. Not just because you want it. I mean, you can tell me it's just because you want it. I'm not going to send it to you for that. I'm just not. But if there's a child that's learning synthesis and the parents can't afford to provide him with an instrument, if there's someone who has had an accident who can't work now, and would need it. If there's someone on a limited income, if there's someone who has always wanted to experience what it is to play a synthesizer and just doesn't have the means necessary to do it. Tell me your story, and maybe we can all as a community decide together what the best story is. And I'll send it out. I'll cover the shipping. I still have the original box. I have the box that came in. And so maybe to someone else, someone might really need this. I don't need it. I have 3 Moogs and a Korg. I have a Prophet 6. I have a Trigon 6. I have an Akai MPC keys. I'm a lucky guy. I don't need this. Maybe you do. Tell me your story, and then maybe I can live with myself, and we can all live with the thought that we made it better for somebody, instead of just turning a profit. In the meantime, I love you guys. Peace out. Like and subscribe. I can't wait to see how this all turns out.